Many thanks for staying with us tonight. Here in Lagos, the House of Assembly on Monday approved 3.4 trillion naira as a total budget of the state for the year 2025. The approval followed the presentation of a report on the budget by the chairman of the Joint Committee on Appropriation and Finance, Saad Olumo, and the voice votes by lawmakers at the sitting presided over by the Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa. The approved budget has 1.3 trillion naira as recurrent expenditure and 2.1 trillion naira is earmarked as capital expenditure for the year ending. Recall that Governor Sanwo-Olu on the 21st of November presented a proposal of 3.005 trillion naira to the House for approval. But joining us now for more on this is the Chairman, House Committee on Information, Strategy and Security, Stephen Ogundipe. Good to have you join us on TVC News at 10. From 3.005 trillion naira, the House has now upgraded the bill to 3.4 trillion naira. What areas or sectors witness an upgrade?
Yeah, you will recall, thank you for having me. If you will recall that this is the second budget cycle in the second tenure of the present administration. A third budget of sustainability. And this is also anchored on our team spirit, which Teams Plus agenda. And the plus, we all know, represents the renewed focus on social inclusion, gender equity, and youth. So the lawmakers from each of their constituencies will also have to look at other areas of needs that during the process of their oversight functions that they'll be looking at, and they have to bring all this to play. So that is the essence of, after the executive must have submitted theirs, we also look at the needs of the constituents, and then we bring all this, and that's the reason why you are seeing the increments over there.
All right, but is the House bothered or worried about the deficit financing of about 408.9 billion naira?
Yes, definitely we are worried about that. And we also have used all the necessary machinery within us on revenue generation to also cushion the effects. Don't forget that there are some other aspects that probably the executive are not looking at by the time they were doing it. Don't forget the issue of the current minimum wage increment that also have to be taken into consideration. But definitely all the MDAs and ministries also being given the necessary proposals to work on so that we would be able to meet up with the targets. So it is not just something that is taken up from there. It is a general belief that we all have to come up and work down together to make things happen for Lagosians, because we all know that things are terribly bad and the economy downtown. We all need to also work hard to make sure that they also benefit from democracy, which is also very important to us.
All right,
so we're taking consideration of all these parts.
All right, and it took the House less than 2 months to actually approve that budget. What are your expectations?
Yeah, our expectations, like Rani said, is the fact that it has been an ongoing thing. It's not something, yeah, you will look at it from the time the House is sitting. But don't forget, like I said earlier on, we do have our own oversight functions, and we do move around to see where issues are really pinching Lagosians and see the effects of how we could cushion it. And our expectation now is that Lagosians should be tolerant with us, be a little bit conscious of the fact that we are also in it together and we are working hard to make sure that life is also better for every one of them.
All right, now as we end the conversation, what is the relationship between the House and other arms of government to move Lagos State forward?
Yeah, the relation is very cordial, but like you know, there's also a separation of powers. So in the process of us checking ourselves, that probably people from outside that probably doesn't know the way our working tools, may be thinking probably there is disagreement among us. It is not disagreement. It is for us to get everybody on their toes and to make sure that Lagos gets the benefits. So it was whatever you are seeing out there is not meant to the kind of noise you're making about it. It is for us to work hands together as executive, the legislature, and the judiciary to come back and make sure that Lagos gets a better dividend of democracy.
It's a good way to leave the conversation. Chairman, Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Information, Strategy and Security, Stephen Ogundepe, thank you for your time on TVC News at 10.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.